welcome to the commission meeting for April 25th, 2023. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Manager McGill, if you can call the roll, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Commissioner Flynn,
Present.
Commissioner Grella,
Here.
Commissioner Ranny,
Here.
Commissioner Swager Wilson,
Here.
Commissioner Silverman.
Here. Could you proceed to the manager's announcements, please?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Prior to tonight's meeting, the commission met in executive session to receive legal advice from the solicitor on a variety of topics and to discuss the appointment to a municipal board. The next regular meeting of the commission will be held on Tuesday, May 9th, 2023. That meeting will begin at 8 p.m. in this room. Here are the ways the public can participate. You can participate in person. You don't need to pre-register. Simply show up at the appropriate meeting time or remotely via the Zoom webinar format. You, again, don't need to pre-register. Simply click the link located on the meeting agenda on the municipal website. If you wish to speak during the citizens' comments or during public hearings, simply use the raise hand feature on Zoom and you'll be notified when it is your turn to speak. Immediately following that meeting, the commission met in discussion session and received information and discussed the following items. We heard a presentation on the pickleball court project that will be built at Meadowcroft Park. This has been discussed and very anticipated, so that construction should start after school is out and be finished before school is back in session. So we're looking forward to that project. We also received information on the upcoming lease agreement for carts at the golf course. This is something that we do approximately every 5 years. And we've reached that point again. So the commission was given an update before having it placed on the commission agenda for the next meeting. We also heard a very informative presentation on the comprehensive plan and the results from the 3 surveys that were recently released. And please pay attention to that because again, this is our 10-year strategic plan moving forward and would like to get as much input as we can on that plan. And finally, we did have time tonight for updates from commissioners on the various boards that they serve as liaisons to.
All right, thank you. Time for committee highlights. Commission Vice President Swager Wilson, please.
Thank you. Congratulations to Mount Lebanon Magazine, which is published by the municipality, for earning 12 nominations for the Golden Quill Awards. The awards are selected by the Press Club of Western Pennsylvania, and they represent the best of the best in local journalism. Winners will be announced at a ceremony at the end of May. And this is just great news. We love being winners, don't we? I mean, really, good job. A reminder for 2 special recognitions. We'll celebrate Arbor Day in Mount Lebanon with our annual Tree City USA ceremony, which is at Howe Elementary School this year on April 28th at 2:30 p.m. this Friday. The proclamation will be read by none other than Commissioner Grella. We'll also mark Earth Day on Sunday, April 30th from 11 to 3 in Mount Lebanon Park. Both events are full of fun and learning. To learn more about Mount Lebanon's sustainability efforts, go to mountlebanon.org/sustainability. Annual pool passes are now on sale at mountlebanon.org. Get yours online today and you'll be able to bypass the long line at the cashier every time you visit. The pool opens on May 27th. Yes, I'll be there with the grandchildren constantly. So join me. It's way more fun if there are a lot of adults. Applications are now available for junior commissioner and junior board member for the 2023-2024 school year. High school students in these positions serve as liaisons between the municipality and their schools. Go to mountlebanon.org and check under trending now for eligibility requirements and details. Simply fill out the application and forward a letter of recommendation to apply. Applications aren't due until July, but it can be challenging to get a letter of recommendation after school is out, so you may want to think ahead. Somebody's mother wrote that, I'm pretty sure. Don't you think? Mount Lebanon will have a household hazardous waste drop-off event this Saturday, April 29th from 9 to 1 at the Public Works Facility off Cedar Boulevard. You must make a reservation for the event. Cost and reservation are available at www.nobleenviro.com. See you there.
And one other item, that's also the fire extinguisher
Right.
take
Yeah,
back.
fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is a reservation required for the extinguishers, or you just gonna show up and?
Okay.
Great, thank you very
Great.
much. And,
I don't know if they can.
oh, okay, can you say that, come on up, please, yeah. No, I think it's great, absolutely.
Yes, during the take back day, we will be having the extinguisher take backs. No reservations are required. Bring your expired extinguishers. We'll take them from there and dispose of them properly in a safe and environmentally friendly fashion. Take them where? Take them to Public Works during the.
You're in the hazardous waste.
Yeah.
Well, nine to noon on Saturdays.
I
Great,
on Saturday, correct.
thank you very much.
We're afraid of-
All right, thank you for those community highlights. Next on the agenda, Junior Commissioner report, Sam Noel, please, come on down.
Good evening, everyone. So first, I'll start with high school updates. The high school theater department is performing their annual musical, The Little Mermaid, on Thursday, April 27th at 7:30, Friday, April 28th at 7:30 also. And then on Saturday, April 29th, there'll be two shows, a matinee at 2 p.m. and then an evening show at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale on the Mount Lebanon District website. I think they're $10 for students and $15 for adults. The show is going to be awesome. I got a little sneak peek, so make sure you attend. Our Science Olympiad team are in third place in Southwestern PA region. They went to, this past weekend, they went to I think it was a state conference. And they traveled and spent a night in the hotel, beating Franklin Regional, Peters Township, Norwin, and Quakers Valley. Congratulations to Akash Smid and Tessa Tornello for 15th place in forestry, Yash Boch, Katie Ding, and Owen Byrne for 15th place in experiment design, Vishnu Benapol and Henry Elwin and Lyra Stiglitz for 14th place in Codebusters, Lucian Kush, Owen Byrne, and Katie Ding for 13th place in the Wi-Fi lab, Vishnu Benapol and Owen Byrne for 13th place in Fermi Questions and Crime Busters. Also, Akash Smith and Victoria Finizio showed their mastery of invasive species and eco-friendly energy sources with 4th place in green generation, and fish are safe in the hands of Akash Smith and Lyra Stiglitz, who earned the silver medal in ichthyology. Rounding off the success at states was Anvi Tockler, who won the tournament logo design contest. So congratulations to all these students on their amazing accomplishments at Science Olympiad. Congratulations to Trenton Wood and JT Westwood for placing 3rd at the state level National History Day competition at Scranton University for their exhibit Battle Cry of Freedom, How Black Soldiers Pushed the Frontier of Civil Rights. National History Day is just a national competition that judges the quality of historical research and the interpretation of it. Trenton and JT researched their topic, designed and built their exhibit, and discussed their historical understanding with NHD judges. Congratulations to these two students. Also, the high school percussion program performed the PMEA conference concert last Thursday. Congratulations to the students for an outstanding performance. And then this past week, Mount Lebanon students attended the FBLA state conference at Hershey. It's Future Business Leaders of America. Students were invited to attend if they placed top 4 in the regional tournament. Congratulations to Ellie Lee and Everett Mead for winning 2nd place in the social media strategies out of 44 teams. And I believe this is the highest that any Mount Lebanon student has placed in an FBLA competition for states. And they also qualified for nationals as well, which will be held in Atlanta, Georgia this year. And then also Frankie Tinnemeyer and Ryan Long for being in the top 4 for business financial planning. Also on Friday, April 21st, Global Studies students attended a special performance of Eddie Off the Wall Theater, at Off the Wall Theater in Carnegie. Eddie is a one-woman play adapted from the diaries of Eddie Hill, a 28-year-old Jewish student who lived in German-occupied Netherlands. As the world closes around her, Eddie dug deep into her soul to the root of hatred and bitterness and finds freedom within herself that is unshakable. Using Eddie Hilsum's words, the play presents a one-woman struggle to sustain humanity in the face of brutality. I was one of the students that got to attend the performance, and it was incredible and truly touched my heart. Afterwards, we ate lunch together and discussed the importance about hearing the Holocaust and learning about it. Mount Lebanon students recognize the importance of remembering past genocides to make sure one does not happen again. History does not repeat itself. We also discussed about having students who were interested to spend a week in Rwanda through a program to learn about genocide and how to prevent it because of a genocide that happened in Rwanda. Continuing, 13 juniors are running for senior executive council positions. The election is Friday, April 28th. These positions include co-presidents, co-vice presidents, co-treasurers, and co-secretaries. These students are currently campaigning, and the school is vibrant with all their banners that they painted. It's a lot of work, so I commend these students. I had to do it last year, and I stayed up to like 2 a.m. like painting posters and banners in my basement. So it's a lot of work. So good luck to these students, and I hope they get chosen to serve as senior executive council positions. Finally, with the new Ascend Lebo survey that we just learned about, that was just published with focus areas of mobility, resiliency, and engagement, I will continue to assist the municipality in getting the word out and encouraging students to fill out the survey. It's just getting you perspective on the focus areas. Thank you, and that concludes my report for April 25th.
Thank you, Sam. We appreciate that.
It's really cool. Like we're talking about today, like how do we move people from uptown to the other side of uptown? And we've got students like all over the country doing cool stuff
Yeah.
all over the state. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Tap into them, get their input.
All right, next is citizens' comments. This is an opportunity for any resident to express an opinion on any topic pertaining to local government. Commission enjoys hearing from the public on various issues and learning about items to address in the future. If you have specific questions, we will try and answer them at the end of your comments. If we can't, we commit to getting you the answers as soon as possible. To call your name, please come to the podium to address the commission. Please state your name and address for the record. In fairness, we ask each speaker to share their thoughts for 5 minutes. The community is as good as each person in this room and online. We work together to make this a community that we can all be proud of and hope that the dialogue remains respectful. We also appreciate the audience's efforts to refrain from any behavior that is disruptive or might intimidate free speech. First on the sign-up list, Colonel Hood, please come on down.
Bill Hoon, 456 Coolidge Avenue. A member of our group was talking to a businessman who owns a business right up here on Washington Road. And frankly, the guy was not impressed with the sidewalk project. He said it's cost him a lot of money. And he's not happy about that. Basically, he said he would not recommend anyone start a business in Mount Lebanon. It's just too much. He's worked in other areas, hasn't had the problems he has had here. In regards to that, I have crossed Potomac Avenue a couple of times a week for years, many years. Some time ago, they decided to renovate Potomac Avenue. A lot of businesses on Potomac. Well, they thought about what they wanted to do. They discussed it, drew up plans, contacted contractors, and they did it. The whole works, the street, the sidewalks, and the lighting in one construction season. And I guess it's been almost 2 years for this. Whatever, that's very interesting. I've noticed that some porta johns have appeared. There's one down at the T-stop, another one on wheels up the road here evidently. Actually, I didn't look at that again, but, I assume it's still there. There's one now down on Ray Avenue. So I don't know if the commission has had anything to do with that, but, I'm sure it's appreciated by some people that have had needs. My wife is a fan of the obituaries, and I never paid much attention to that until one day she was sitting there doing her thing, going down the list, looking at the names. And I said, what's with that? That's kind of a morbid little hobby. She said, not at all. I've known a lot of people in my life, in my work experience. And if you don't keep track of things, people disappear. You just lose them. So that's how she kept track of people she's worked with and other people that she's known. And she told me something very interesting. She found 4 people in a row who had left Mount Lebanon, had lived here a considerable period of time, over 20 years each one, and died. Well, I don't know if you guys ever read the obituaries, but there's usually a statement, formerly from, wherever that may be. But she said, these people, 4 in a row, who had lived here at least 20 years, did not mention Mount Lebanon as being a former home. I think that says a lot. There are a lot of people moving out of here, and it seems that people who are here the longest don't really have that many fond feelings for Mount Lebanon. Curious. Well, we're gonna run. I'll call it a night. I appreciate that apparently this thing's almost done out there. I was gonna suggest you just concrete it over if you can't finish it, but if it's going to be done this year, that'll be amazing. So many people have gone past here and they think, what is wrong with Mount Lebanon? It's under construction. It's been under construction for a long time, longer than most communities. Thank you.
That's Colonel. Let's see, Dick, do we have anybody online today?
None online.
Not online? Anybody in the room? No, that's it for citizens' comments today. Next on the list, item 4, Commissioner Rainey, please.
President, consideration of the minutes from the regular meeting held April 11th, 2023. I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The opposed, the motion carries unanimously. Item 5, Commissioner Sparkle Wilson, please.
Public hearing on the pollutant reduction plan, PRP / total maximum daily load plan, TMDL, for Sawmill Run watershed. The municipality of Mount Lebanon is soliciting comments on an update to its pollutant reduction plan, total maximum daily load plan for the Sawmill Run watershed. Mount Lebanon's municipal separate storm sewer system, MS4 permit, requires a PRP and/or TMDL plan to implement projects to reduce sediment and phosphorus and to make this plan available for public review and comment. The previously approved PRP / TMDL plan from 2017 did not account for the recently constructed stream restoration project of an unnamed tributary to Sawmill Run along Thornwood Drive. The municipality has revised this TMDL / PRP plan to take credit for that stream restoration project to meet the PRP reduction requirements for this watershed. The advertisement for public comment ran on April 6th, and comments will be accepted for 30 days. Copies of the PRP/TMDL plan are available at the municipal building for review.
Thank you. We'll now conduct a public hearing. Our engineer, Mr. Dizeroff is here. You want to give some background, please?
So I'm going to share the screen tonight. What's in front of you is the report for the Sawmill Run watershed. As the commission is aware, the municipality has a MS4 permit. Part of that MS4 permit, which is basically a permit for your storm sewer system within the community, is a requirement for pollution reduction. Initially, the pollution reduction plan was submitted to the DEP based upon some projects that were planned. And as Ann has described, we've revised that plan to basically include the Thornwood Drive project. And basically, the requirement is when you change the plan that you actually have to conduct the hearing and just in the report, there's the description, this description of the Thornwood Drive project. We did 600 feet of unnamed tributary to Sawmill Run. And there was estimated pollution reduction for phosphorus as required in the plan. And we're really just giving that back to DEP saying, hey, this is what we're really doing. But the requirement when you do that is to have a public hearing and to take on any comments from the public related to these revisions to the plan. I'll just note that the stream restoration projects that we've done in Mount Lebanon, including this one, are the most cost effective and the most that you get the most pollution reduction for the amount of cost that you put into the project. So been two successful projects. We're happy with the way they turned out, and we're just resubmitting our plan and getting the approval of the regulators on this.
Great.
All right, thank you. The commission have any questions for the engineer?
We got credit for the Thornwood plan, right? We have what's the amount of credit we got relative to our requirement for pollution reduction? Because it's like a certain timeline, right? Like that will reset and is it 25 or no?
Yeah, this is for this permit cycle. There's a 5-year cycle. So this fulfills our requirements for the 5-year cycle. We did this project and we also did the project in Bird Park, which was a different watershed. That was for Painter's Run.
And so when's the trigger on the next?
They have not issued the next 5-year permit yet. We're still waiting on the guidance related to that. When they do issue it, it'll still be a 5-year permit from the one the other one ended. They can just take their time when they give it to you.
Right. So we're good for a little bit probably.
Yeah, we're good. I mean, the challenge will be that we've done 2 projects on municipally owned property, and we don't have that much open water course in the community. So in order to do these projects going forward, we would have to ask for permission to do it on private property, or we would do some other best management practice, which can be inlet filters and other things. I think I've told the commission, my thoughts on this is eventually we'll be treating stormwater in some way, shape, or form. This is just the first part of that. Every time you renew a permit cycle, the requirements get a little bit more difficult to achieve. So it's just continued to be a mandate that's it's handed down. Fortunately, we do have a stormwater fee that pays for this type of project.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, just for those who may not know, like the idea of a watershed, right? Like, so a drop of water falls somewhere and that water ends up somewhere else. And in a built environment like ours, a drop of water may hit a road and pick up a pollutant. So we need to come upon us to treat that in some way and make sure that it gets returned to its ultimate place relatively clean, that kind of thing. So we've got stormwater fee to do that. We have some other offsets that we've put in place, for many years to help us with that. So it's not a, like, hey, we have some sort of burden every 20 years, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of communities really struggling with this.
Right.
Any other questions? Thank you. Anybody online to comment at this public hearing? Nick, I know you're going through this list of
So
people.
surprised.
No, there's no one online. Sorry, it's blocked here.
All right, thank you, thank you. And there's no one on the list here. Anybody in the room want to comment? Nope. Yes. All right, with that, we will consider the public hearing closed. Thank you. Dan. All right, next on the list, item 6, Commissioner Flynn, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration of commencement of pension benefits. Mount Lebanon sponsors 3 defined pension benefit plans for its employees, general employees, police, and firefighters. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's Department of the Auditor General requires that all benefit commencements for the police pension plan be approved by the commission. It also recommends that all benefit commencements, regardless of plan type, be approved by the commission. The employees detailed below have requested benefit commencement commensurate with the terms of their respective pension plans. Mr. Joseph Thuransky, firefighter plan, and Sandra Kuiper of the general employee plan. I move to approve the benefit commencement for Joseph Thuransky and Sandra Kuiper.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments?
Yes, I want to definitely thank them for their service. Definitely want to thank our firefighter, Joseph Thuransky, and also thank Sandy Kuiper, who really stepped up during the pandemic to help with neighborhood aid, juggled her recreation duties on top of an additional full-time job of helping direct residents in need with aid.
Yes, we wish Joe and Sandy long and healthy retirements. Any other comments? Then we'll, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 7, Commissioner Grella, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration of an appointment to the Civil Service Board to fill an unexpired term. I move to appoint Amanda D'Amico of Vernon Drive to fill an unexpired term ending March 31, 2024.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 8, Commissioner Rainey, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration for the award of the Meadowcroft Park Pickleball Court Project. Bids were received on April 5th, 2023 for the Meadowcroft Park Pickleball Court Project. This project consists of converting the 2 existing Meadowcroft Park tennis courts into 6 pickleball courts. The conversion includes, but is not limited to, removal of the existing tennis court nets, posts, center anchors, and striping, installation of new pickleball striping, 12 net posts and 6 nets, installation of a 6-foot-high chain link fence, as well as all necessary site preparation, site protection, erosion, and sedimentation controls, and site restoration. 2 add alternate items were included. For Alt 1, the installation of a 5-foot-high chain link fence to allow for separation of the courts. In Alt 2, the placement of 2 coats of black mastic resurfacer. 1 bid was received by the deadline, and municipal engineer has verified the bids as follows. And you can see them on your screen. The municipal engineer has reviewed the bids and determined the low bid to be accurate. The engineer recommends the project be awarded to CH&D Enterprises, Inc. The total budget amount for this project, funded by the general fund capital improvements, was $60,500. So I move to award the contract for the Meadowcroft Park Pickleball Court Project for the base bid, $45,220, and add alternate number 2, $9,100 to CH&D Enterprises, Inc. in the amount of $54,320.
Mr. President, I gladly, excitedly second that.
That may be your best second year. The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by
I
saying.
gotta say, this has been a long time coming.
Oh, sorry.
And I got comment, sorry, long time commenting, and I'm really grateful that we have given this to our residents that have been asking for pickleball for many years. And I think this will be the first of probably multiple places where we have pickleball in the municipality, given the demand, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, good stuff. Any other commissioner wish to speak? Yes, and it came in under budget. Yes. Hoorah. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 9, Commissioner Sparkman Wilson, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Commission approval for the sale of a 2002 Spartan Precision Pumper. Mount Lebanon's administrative code requires commission approval for the sale of municipal equipment and supplies with an estimated value of more than $7,500. A 2002 Spartan Precision Pumper with an estimated value of $55,000 was advertised for sealed bids in the Pennsylvania Firemen. 2 bids were received. The highest bid in the amount of $70,000 was received from the Mount Oliver Volunteer Hook and Ladder Company. I move to approve the sale of the 2002 Spartan Precision Pumper to the Mount Oliver Volunteer Hook and Ladder Company for $70,000.
Second.
Motion to move and second. Any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 10, Commissioner Flynn, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration of the expenditure list for March totaling $3,569,094.57. I move to approve the expenditure list for March totaling $3,569,094.57.
Second.
And what do we have for the contestants, Johnny? Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 11, Commissioners, Rella, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Departmental reports, I asked that the reports be received and filed. Just don't just receive them, file.
File.
I couldn't adjourn until you said received and filed. So- Okay. And they shall be, and we are adjourned.
Right.
Fabulous.